And we are live tonight from the Outer Rim in what is another gorgeous night here at Urza's Holotable Hall. How are you guys doing? And we are back after the huge response my Wigs and the Wookiee video got. You guys have come at me full on, full throttle, with absolutely all sorts of testing requests for our shiny new Chewie. And make no mistake, Han and Chewie are a theory crafter's dream. So tonight we're delving deeper into the various leaders available that you can put them around. And I've handpicked, baby, handpicked some selections from the comments of the previous video. And we've got a whopping 5 quick hit fights for you guys tonight on tap. As always in the hall, it is ladies first. We're starting off with Qi'ra and then Jin, and then we'll move on to the fellas. So, Hall, I asked the question of all of you tonight, who will come out on top? Will it be a little Crimson Dawn? Will it be not Rogue One, but Rogue 2? Or the DNA masterpiece? Or a damn fishman obsessed with some traps? Or will it be Wilbur Wonka, I mean Count Dooku? You better believe I blew my kids' minds when I told them Count Dooku was Willy Wonka's dad. Questions will be answered. Who will bring home the W? Let's hit it. Before we get started here, guys, just a gentle reminder to hit that like and subscribe button below. If you enjoy my content and want to see more of it, and you want to keep the neon lit over at Urza's Holotable Hall, do hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps me out. So this first request comes into us via Caleb Smith and Battery Farm Films. They both want to see Qi'ra in the leader spot. And what I'll say here, guys, is Kira's stagger is just great against Traya. If you can act on it before it gets cleansed, that's kind of the catch there, because obviously Traya has the passive cleanse whenever the turns come up. So if you can hit those guys before it happens, before it gets cleansed, it's fantastic. And Chewie has an AoE in this comp, as you can see. And we've also got something super interesting happening here with Nest. I have her modded. She's actually missing mods to make her the lowest, the weakest character on the board, so she gets that guard buff from Chewie. So I'm not entirely sold this is super beneficial, because Nest is just fantastic when fully loaded anyway. But I'll let you guys decide for yourself and let me know what you think in the comments down below. More proof, I mean, just looking at this footage, it's kind of more proof how good Han and Chewie is. I mean, these guys are just cutting down these tanks that have been dominating the meta for the past, 4 or 5 months. And it's an amazing thing to watch. I have L3 in this comp as well. Again, being able to tick her up while she's isolated, and the pre-taunt really helps for that early Saber Storm / isolation. And overall, Qi'ra is pretty strong play. She's pretty strong, but I kind of like to keep her with the prepared kits. I think she just works better there. There's just so much synergy with the 4 prepared kits with L3, Young Han, Van Chu, and Qi'ra. Not as strong as the Rebel leaders with Chewie, but decent. And the next up we've got a request coming in from Neil Hamp, and this is going with the Jin leadership. And I'm calling this Rogue 2 in my head. I have the thumbnail already planned out. But Rogue 2 and debuff heavy build. We've got lots of exposes to proc. I do like this build, and I think the expose is one of the few mechanics that can hang in this kind of meta climate if you lose your Chewie early in the fight. Normally, with any of these comps, even with CLS, if you were to lose Chewie against a Traya comp, you'd be just dead to rights. It would not be happening for you. I think the exposes give you a chance to have a second life and maybe power through and pull the upset if you lose your Chewie early on. So I do like that the exposes that Jin leadership grants. One of the other things that Jin offers here is the sweet revive mechanic, and this is always something that I've been fascinated with. That revive mechanic, it's always so great on paper. You're like, oh, that does something. That can change the battle. That can do something really beneficial. And outside of a few spots in the tank raid and P3 the tank raid a long time ago, I've never seen that ability come into action during a fight for whatever reason. I don't play Jin a whole lot, but I've always thought it would be more impactful than it actually happens in the fight. So in this fight, we see Old Ben get the revive, and that's super cool that it actually worked and it mattered in the fight. So exciting stuff. In terms of a Rebel leader, I'd lump Jin in with the same bunch as Wedge and Rolo. They're all effective, but they're not as strong as CLS. Now let's move on to Jango. I ended up modifying the comp proposed by Branko. Branko was the guy that put in the request. I think I'm saying that correctly. He called for Boba in place of Han. I tried it with Boba in there, and it got roughed up really quick. So I just think to get through these tanks, you're going to have both Han and Chewie there, and they're just fantastic together. There's no reason why they wouldn't both be there. And so it's also worth noting, I extensively tested Jango. This is a different video from a while ago, but when Jango first came out, I tested him around Scoundrels pretty significantly, and I just couldn't make it work. I mean, he gives the plus like 30 speed or whatever to Scoundrels. I couldn't find a Scoundrel comp that really took full advantage of that. And the reason for that is for Jango to really be great, he has to get his contract. In order to do that as fast as possible, you got to be running him with bounty hunters. So I did test it a lot, and nothing just materialized out of that. I tried a ton of different characters, nothing happened. So that's kind of, I mean, you'll see here that this comp does win. I just don't know how good it was. I mean, the time contract got activated was so late in the fight. It mattered once we lost some of our DPS later on in the fight, but I don't know. Not really quite sold on running him with Scoundrels. I think he's going to be bounty hunters first and foremost, and I think his kit was really designed for that. Next up, we've got an Ackbar lead. This was the most requested one. This came in from Disruptor 6, Zoo 1, Bill S, Travis Anderson, and Mark Conrad. So thanks for the request, guys. This one was interesting. So it was, like I said, the most requested one. And when I first put it all together, it won. It won. And I didn't actually have it recording when it won because I didn't think it would win. But it won. And then I went back and played it about 7 more times, and I wasn't able to get it to win, so it must have just had crazy luck or crazy RNG magic happening. It sounds great on paper. I mean, basically, you've got BB-8 here. You have to mod him so he gets the guard bonus. So whenever he does his secret intel, Chewie does the assist. So it seems like it's all amazing on paper, and then you have the Ackbar assist going on as well. But here's the thing that you're not taking into consideration. Sure, you get a lot of assists here, and it does a lot of cool things, and then maybe you get to an Illuminated Destiny down the road. But Ackbar doesn't do a whole lot in 2018. I mean, he's fantastic for the raid because he has time to do all that stuff. Against a Traya comp in this meta, it's just not enough time. You can kind of see that by the footage here. And even if you do get some cool assists off and tactical maneuvering comes up and you can take a bonus turn, I mean, Ackbar is still only hitting for like 3k on a good day. So, as you guys can kind of see from the footage here, it can do things, but the damage is kind of laughable at times, and that's really what the problem is. So, again, it's super fun. It's super, it's got a lot of cool dynamics to it, but I don't know if it's going to be meta relevant. And the last one I tested here, guys, was a request by McFlies009. He wanted to see a Dooku leadership with Han and Chewie, and the reasoning for that was he wanted to put guard on Dooku and then do like something like a smoke screen to get all the fire focused at Dooku, and then he's obviously getting hit with counter. They're obviously all getting hit with counterattacks. Then hopefully you think that would proc Chewie to get some nice damage engine going. The problem with that is, as you can see in the footage here, the moment that pain goes off, it's kind of like it dispels everything. So if you're waiting too long in the fight to get it all set up and to go, you're already dead. And if you do it too early, you're just going to get dispelled by pain. So pain really derails all that AoE from Scion. So again, I love where his head is at here, though. I mean, it's a cool idea on paper. It just didn't translate to the actual arena meta right now. So I hope I see more requests kind of like that one. You guys keep sending them my way. And I just wanted to say thank you for all the comments and suggestions and all the support you guys have shown my channel over like the last month. September's been a huge month for the channel, and I just can't thank you guys enough. And as always, if you have an upcoming birthday or a game changer request, why don't you swing on by Urza's Holotable Hall Discord server and let me know. It's your ultimate social hub for Galaxy of Heroes. It's dressed to impress, and the Twi'leks always drink free. Stop on by, stay high, ladies are welcome. The synth wave is always cranked. The neon is always lit. And the holotables, baby, the holotables are hot. Red hot.